unfortunately, the downsides of being poor.
You don't really have a day.
I don't really have a decision. This is my decision. Sell.
Sell it now.
Sell. And if it doesn't sell it for less. Let's go. What is up, YouTube? It's James from Robin Henry Watches. We're getting into one of our new original series.
Netflix. Sorry, I can't say that. Original series.
This one is called Off the Wrist. I mean, in my mind, it's like me taking my watch off, lobbing it, throwing it somewhere. Actually, we should film that, actually.
Yeah.
We could get one of your Omegas. And
Leave my Omegas alone. They've seen enough in their 50-odd years of life.
Right, so what we're going to do is you've come up with the topic, so you're going to hit me with it.
Yeah, so I've been making a list because I get to listen to your bitching all the time, and so I've got a list of things.
It's extensive.
I've made a list of things. And I think we're gonna give you some time to get it off your chest or off your wrist.
Ooh. This is my beef. I like bracelets. I will always try and buy a watch on a bracelet because, you know, it makes more sense because then you can. One, bracelets are better.
It gives you flexibility.
Subjectively. But you can then always just buy a strap and lob it on. My beef with some of them is Omegas. With all of the innovation that they've done with the, like, we go back even, 15, 20 years to the Daniels coaxial movement, their proprietary alloys like Sedna Gold, their Metas certification. They do all this shit and forget about the bracelet. First of all, they're ugly as a lot of them. The ones that come on the Seamasters.
Seamasters, definitely.
I'll lay off them slightly because the new Speedmaster bracelet is better.
Yeah.
But it's a big but. There's 2 pin on either side. If you don't already adjust your own bracelets, learn. It's super simple to do, and there's some easy tips that you can do to save your bracelet. You don't even need special tools, although buy the best tools that you can afford in terms of, but just a good screwdriver set for like 30-40 quid. Sellotape, take the out of it, and that way if you do slip, Edward Scissorhands on it. Anyway, my point is this: tiny little pin on this side, tiny little pin on this side, and then you've got to get the connecting tube as well, so it's all got to line up.
Suddenly you've run out of hands.
And then I've done this before with one. It's like, right, I know what I'll do is I'll try to get one bit, then you're screwing, then you're pushing like one of the links out the other way. You're like, stop! It becomes bad.
It feels like in Formula One where they pull into the pit and there's like 20 people who jump on it and do all the things. I feel like that's almost what they're expecting you to do with the bracelet.
In this day and age, when you've got Rolex is quite simple. I haven't got too much beef with them because it's just one simple pin, and it's pretty good. They're a bit heavy on the Loctite, which I don't really like. The trick for that, by the way, which I use,
magic hot water trick.
The hot water trick. I don't know what dealers use in terms of there's actually special stuff for this, but
tiny hairdryer.
Yeah, mini little hairdryer, like something to warm up. But literally, all I do is put it in like close to boiling water, dunk it for a few minutes. Not even that. Pull it out. I don't obviously submerge the whole watch in. I just
hope it's not one of your vintage Seamasters.
No, listen. Well, the even easier way is just take the bracelet off, boom, chuck it in, do it that way. Much easier. But they're all right. Still, I just think in this day, listen, I'm not going to go into it all again, but you push the little button and boom, it comes out. If Cartier can do it, why hasn't Rolex got there? Omega's even further down the line. And TAG Heuer.
I remember.
I mean, some Longines is the same as well. And what I say is where you have to get the tool and you have to push the pin all the way through. On that point, now I haven't checked my reference numbers.
Omega are quite fond on doing that as well on their older stuff as well.
It's disgusting. The older stuff I can forgive them for. Patek. Now I believe on the most recent Nautilus models that they also have the push. I don't know what the name is. I know I should know the names of this stuff, but it's like literally the pin
hammer
that you
your
push.
watch to pieces, push pins.
So it's like you're talking a watch. Okay, let's not talk about the market price, but the retail price. What I don't know, 30 grand. I don't know, 20, 30 grand, whatever. Cheap as chips. Anyway, that you have to push a pin through, and it's not even secure.
It's not even just pushing it; it's hammering it in most cases.
You get the right tools, but it's very like I've got the tool that you would literally you rest it in and then screw it. But what I do with mine is I sell it, I tape it all up so it's all soft because it's metal on metal. Yeah. I mean, there's all this innovation the wonder that's inside the watch. But it comes to the bracelet, and it's just an absolute afterthought.
It makes you wonder almost whether it's slightly deliberate, in this world of built-in obsolescence to make you buy more.
Swiss trolls that are just there like laughing at all of us. There's all this innovation with materials, the movement technology, which I still know is, outdated if you wanted to look at it in some sort of a way like that.
Maybe they've got a decent markup on, their servicing, replacement bracelets. Maybe there's something in that. I don't know.
I just think they need to think more like, I don't want to turn this into a Cartier fanboy thing, but they've seen a problem and they fixed it.
Yeah.
But anyone without any experience, literally anyone can buy the watch, go home with a little toothpick if needed and push it, boom, done. Yeah. But yeah, it pisses me off. I don't like doing Omega bracelets. I strongly dislike doing TAG Heuer ones. Some of the old vintage ones, I'm not going to go on a rant about them, but they're pretty, like the old Speedmasters, like I had a Speedmaster from the 70s, and I was looking at it and I was like, how do you
even start?
Where's the pin? Where's the screw? Oh no, you literally have to open the flaps of the metal up. I was like, oh no, this is
no chance.
This isn't where I want to be. I'll put a strap on.
That was probably back when they were trying to force you into AD a lot more, when they were less, more precious about it. These days they're less precious.
Some
about
of the
forcing you through.
Piaget on some of their I don't know what they called the model. They called it the Polo. I don't think they did. It was, although that is one of the models, but an old ones. It would be quite common that you'd actually have to go to a jeweler and they would have to saw links off.
Yeah.
It's like nuts.
Which is terrifying.
I even think on the old day dates, like the 1603s, some of those, I don't know if they were adjustable. I can't remember. I've had a couple, but I can't remember. But yeah, listen, if sort that out.
It would be good to know why more than anything, I think.
Yeah. Listen, if I saw the CEO of Omega, his name escapes me right now. He's been the CEO for quite a few years now. He's done a pretty good job. I'd be like, bro, what the fuck?
It strikes me there's somebody sat in a lab somewhere who's a bit like me, who's like, there's a genuine reason why they've done it this way and why they think it's the best way, and nobody else understands. You've been going on about Chrono24 a bit lately. Tell me what your problems are with Chrono24, other than, everything.
There's multiple. We're in the plural,
There's
game.
7 circles to hell. We're going to go through 4 of them today.
Right. Okay. This is in no particular order. First of all, I'm going to pick on dealers. There's a lot of dealers right now that you agree a price, nothing happens for a few days. You chase them up. Dude, where's my watch? Oh, magically, there's a problem with it. You're like, oh, really? Really? There's a problem with the watch that just happens to have shot up in value in the last week. And then you stalk them on their website and found that they sold it for, several thousand more.
No, that's a different watch. They've just sold another one identical.
Watch. Pisses me off. All this time, I know they haven't got your money, but your money's sat in some escrow account, like devaluing, while the prices of watches are doing this and your cash is doing this. F*** off. You report it to Chrono. I had it happen to me 3 times in a week. That's no coincidence that all these unworn watches, new watches, are suddenly broken when it comes to shipping them. Nah, f*** off.
No chance. Not having it.
Some of them as well. There's still a lot of, I don't want to say fake, but original watches.
Maybe disingenuous listing.
Did you see the picture I put up of the Rolex Datejust?
Yeah, the Tiffany stamp.
Now, obviously, to me, the first flag was it's a yellow gold day date for 10 grand roughly with a Tiffany stamp.
Especially in today's nut bar Tiffany hype.
So I was like, that's odd that it hasn't sold at that price. Then I look at it more. I'm just looking at them. I was like, the stamp, it's not even right.
Yeah.
The font, it's close, but the size is wrong, and it's like
it's actually a third-party dial.
I think the dial is original, but someone's added it on there.
Maybe.
Listen, it's 100% not right. I think the dial is original, but I think the Tiffany stamp got added afterwards.
And I think this is where Chrono can do better, because obviously they're supposed to scrutinise
the dealer didn't list it. So they don't say that the stamp is an aftermarket.
That's what I mean. Chrono's meant to scrutinise this stuff, and I think this is where they should do better.
And I think there's a lot of listings where there's hardly any detail, and they should be forced to put more detail. Yeah. For example, there should be a declaration: are all parts 100% manufacturer original and original to the watch? even things like a service dial, like on Rolexes, famously, they should be listed.
Yeah.
It should be listed out just so everyone knows what they're buying. Because if it's what puts new people off, using the platform or buying a vintage, as an example, because you don't know what you're getting.
And vice versa, you've got new people listing on there who don't know. Was the Tiffany stamp put there by the person listing it? Did they buy it off somebody believing it to be genuine? But there's no check in place by people like Chrono.
The last thing I would also say is private sellers. Like, I know some of you are thinking, this mother you better not be stuck on me.
Talk about me.
I was trying to source a watch for a client, and it was specific. I couldn't get it from any dealers or wholesalers that I knew. There were some ones listed up at reasonable prices on Chrono24, and I tried with a guy in France, a guy in Hong Kong, a guy in Dubai, all absolutely just wasted my time, because they have no idea. People list watches up, but they have no idea what's involved in actually physically transporting the watch, in terms of how do you send it, how do you package it, who do you use, how is it insured, how do you get it across the world. These are all things that you need to look up before you sell a 20 grand watch. Like, no surprise. Yeah. It's not easy, otherwise anyone would do it. What about the guy that I was trying to buy that Rolex Datejust off? 3 weeks he had, Chrono24 had my money. The guy's like, an hour over there, just got to mail it over to me over here.
It'd be quicker to go and collect it.
I literally talked him through step by step. Just use Royal Mail, special delivery, give me the tracking number and a copy of the receipt. I'll even insure it. At my cost, at my risk. Fuck me, the guy just went back and forwards. I mean, the watch and everything was all good and genuine, but wasting my time. And I got 10 grand tied up in all that time. And for a small dealer like me, if that's, 10 or 20% of my current cash, and it's sat there doing nothing, and after 3 weeks
causing you stress and anxiety.
I'm stressed now thinking about it the whole fucking time, and I come out with it with nothing.
10 grand should be,
and the whole time as well, the watch that I bought and we agreed a deal on, it's not a handshake deal, but a deal is a deal.
Yeah.
He agreed to sell it, I agreed to buy it, I pony up the money. 3 weeks go by, I even accept to take all the risk on the postage. He's just got to walk it.
Even Chrono was telling him to do that, and he's still like, I'm going to go check with Daddy.
Like, what are they going to do? Hold your hand while you go to the post office? F*** you. Okay, right, I'm done.
Before the neighbours, start calling the police on us, let's call it a day there. Off the Wrist has been an absolute fail. It's been an absolute success. It is exactly what I expected from the last 15 minutes.
I'm surprised you didn't chuck in, the ending to the latest Bond film.
Well, while you're on it, how did you feel about that? It's spoiler territory's over now.
Spoiler territory.
We haven't actually dealt with the film itself.
I just think listen, it's not going to be... The problem is I couldn't be objective because I hate Daniel Craig on a personal level for his views on being Bond and his, I'd rather slash my wrists, oh, a few 100 million, oh, my life, oh, and I don't want to give it to my kids, they can f*** off. Oh my God. Actually, no, I'm not going down this rabbit hole, because I could just wind myself up. Anyway, right, it's been emotional.
It has been very emotional.
If there's something that's like pissing you off, put it in the comments, and if I agree, I'll touch on the subject, and I'll get angry for you and vent.
Good news, my list is about 4 times as long as this video was already, so it'll go on a long list, and we'll pick your favourites. And
listen, if your list is that long, it can go on till I'm retired. That'll probably be never. I'll probably just die before I get there.
Nobody under the age of 40 right now is going to retire, ever.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Moving on. Good chat.
Moving on, positivity. Check out the web shop. There's still loads of cool stuff in there, like all of the Robin Henry Watches essentials.
And if they're lucky, by the time this comes out, there might still be a couple of nice rollies.
Yeah, so we've chucked some Rolex in the shop today with the Datejust 41, the day dates, but I mean, I think the video that's going to come out tomorrow, where I'm talking about watches that were going into the shop, they're
tomorrow, as in last week.
It's way too common. Like the time space continuum is like, it's under stress. I can't get into it. But yeah,
on schedule.
Listen, just check out the shop. If something's in there, great, buy it. If it's not,
if you want anything, go to the shop.
Drop me an email. So check out our web shop at robinhenrywatches.com. Check out our Instagram at robinhenrywatches. And I think that's it. Oh, actually, just a quick shout out, because hopefully we've got it sorted. Our Facebook page is an absolute joke.
Yeah.
We're working on it, and there's going to be some fresh content from there from producer Gerard. I'm out. Ciao.